So here I am at Schnitzel's in Philip's building in Montreal, and at the latest book launch of his newest chapbook called and Disputations, edited by Philip Amsel. Okay, and we are now the paperback, a group of community poets that perform from venue to venue. We just started last month, and in this particular collection of prose and poetry and essays, I have myself 3 contributions, and now I turn it over to Philip, who put this all together. Let me ask you first, Philip, how many did you count? How many chapbooks have you published?
Well, my original chapbook's over 100. From 2004 to 2013, I almost did one every month. Then I stopped for various reasons. And when I restarted the revised editions, I've done about 10 since 2019 till now. First it was only me, and then slowly the group of paperback writers got together, and now I include other people in them. But I finished my own work, called The New Millennium, and now it's like I just edited it. It's not by me anymore. I have contributions, and that's all.
All right, so what do you want to say about this particular newest chapbook?
First of all, I want to say a bit of French. Nous sommes chez Schnitzel, est des Caries sur le boulevard Queen Mary, Quan Earnscliffe et Queen Mary. Okay, now I'll start. J'ai écrit un essai sur l'écriture communautaire called, it s'appelle Community Writing as a Literary Genre. Okay, it was written in a chapbook called Ghost, an introduction to the New Millennium, winter 2008-2009, and this essay is dedicated to the memory of David Fenerio.
Can you explain who David Fenerio is to those who don't know?
He was a great playwright in the 1990s.
In Montreal.
In Montreal.
But known internationally.
Yeah, but he passed away recently, and I don't know, but he had a group called Le Feu Global, Le Feu Anti-Global, and I believe I read that there. He was a big influence on me after I was an activist, when I was becoming a writer, you know what I mean? So shall I start?
Okay, go ahead.
Community writing as a literary genre. The growth of community writing as a literary genre meets the demand to express your more homey emotions as when you are at ease among your friends. The naive manner expresses commonplace themes, patriotism, love, political sentiments, the comic, etc. Commonplace yet sophisticated themes are difficult to present in a straight manner. The naivete of the community poet brings the message home to his or her small audience, and this results in a perfect work of art. Wordsworth was a young romantic revolutionary at the time around the French Revolution. In the preface to the lyrical ballad, published in 1802, he writes, "The principal object then proposed in these poems was to choose incidents and situations from common life in a selection of language really used, presented to the mind in an unusual aspect. We are at such a junction today. The current styles, which we call postmodern, have prevented a new way of looking at language and the enjoyment of the poetic moment from coming to consciousness."
Can you explain that little section? Prevented?
From coming to consciousness.
What do you mean by that exactly?
Being aware that poetry can be deep feelings, not just being cool.
But what is preventing that?
Our mindset.
Okay.
Only here, this ends it. Only the television provides us with happy moments on the commercials. Why can't poetry represent average feelings, happy, patriotism, okay. Now I'll expand on that more. What is the language really used by people? It is not only in the voice of Kerouac reciting on a jazz recording, although fun to listen to.
And Kerouac was a beat poet On the Road.
Oh, yeah.
His famous novels in the 50s.
And he also wrote jazz poetry, poetry to jazz. I had a record of that. That style came out more than 50 years ago. It is not new. Today, people may not talk like that in order to tap deep feelings. Wordsworth's, quote, situations from common life does not only refer to the reality of the left-wing audience who was listening to Kerouac at the time of the emergence of the beatniks. In any case, today your average straight suburban family is not as seemingly dense as were the Cleaver family, representing the typical suburban family of the time portrayed on Leave It to Beaver, was played on the TV in the late 50s and early 60s. Good poetry does not have to be cool to be understood. I think that's my major point. Half finished.
Okay, so let me just say to summarize just what you said, okay, that
Not finished it.
that basically to reach an audience, you don't have to be hip, you don't have to be an intellectual, right?
Yeah.
You can just be a person that expresses feelings in a way that reaches the hearts of your audience with imagery and everything like that.
Yeah.
So let me just, in ending this particular segment, okay, let me ask you one other thing. You have different poets and prose writers in here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have selections from a person called Mark Mold. How do you pronounce his name?
I don't know.
Mulfan.
I don't know him. He was referred to me.
Okay, so he wrote that.
Yeah.
What's Good for Business. Then you have a lot of Lauren Friedman.
Yeah.
And you have me and
Barry Berger.
Barry Berger.
Okay.
So you're happy with this so far?
Yes.
As we end this segment, are you happy?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll continue in another segment, okay?
Okay, thank you.